It's funny how you just be opening your mouth and you end up in situations. You just be joking. And you like, y'all got 15 minutes? No, I guess we do now.
We really were just trying to get out of paying the $25. That's $50 for the whole family. I got 2 plates.
I want to take this time serious though now that we got up here in front of our church family to kind of ask some questions. Let's be real on now. What is it, Saturday night? I took some notes because I got some things I want to talk to y'all about. How many couples made it here safely tonight without any arguments in the car? Because we're doing all right tonight. We're doing our best. But I wanted to get up here and talk to y'all about how many men can identify with that the truth comes out with that woman that you fell in love with during your first real argument, and she put all your business on blast and had you humbled up, had you in your feelings, huh? No, but I took some notes because this is really hard. All right.
We didn't know it was going to be dark.
Right?
We write really small.
So, what I really wanted to talk about was that argument with your wife right before you gotta do something important like coming to church. How many can identify with that? No? It's a couple of couples in here that look like they don't identify with that, like the Sullivans. They look like they just hug their disagreements out. This is what I'm talking about. The difference between, you can see clearly Matt and I in an interracial relationship, and I was talking about the arguments and the difference in, that's the biggest difference that I can see is the style of arguments and what was happening in the homes as children. And clearly there was no profanity or name calling in the Ison household. And
My parents didn't even raise their voice at me, like not even once.
yeah, her parents never raised their voice at her, but I can imagine that she never ate the banana pudding the night before Thanksgiving. Some of it I maybe had coming too.
This is true, but do you remember the time that you ate my leftover banana pudding?
I did, and one of the important things that I learned to keep the household family is that you shall not eat the wife's leftovers, even if she has asked you repeatedly to help her with her consumption because of...
Say the sentence, Rob. Wait, he's trying to help you lose weight. Sometimes Rob tells you half the story, but he doesn't tell you the second sentence. Has anybody ever experienced a man that tries to help you and give you advice in an area that is none of his business? Okay. I don't think Rob realizes I was 27 when we got together, 28 when we got married. I am a professional weight loser. I've been losing weight my whole life. Like if anybody knows how to lose weight, I know how to lose weight. I've done Herbalife, I've done Advocare, I've done all the weight loss strategies, probably from 8th grade, 9th grade, when girls start doing that kind of stuff. And who experienced Weight Watchers? Anyone got on board with Oprah? You did some Weight Watchers, all right. What I liked about Weight Watchers is I didn't have to make decisions. I didn't have to cut things out. Oprah loves bread, I love pizza. You don't have to cut things out, you just gotta make them smaller, and you got an amount of points. You can go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger and fries. You use your whole points for the whole day, but you can go. So you don't have to cut anything out and you don't find out it's a problem until you find yourself rocking on the kitchen floor because you want chips and salsa, but you out of points, so you're dipping iceberg lettuce in the salsa, drinking a Diet Coke because everything is 0, and you're just crying. And then sometimes we just skip past the whole weight loss situation and we do the things that just make us look skinny. Like you put on your contours, you put your hair up in that real tight bun to pull your face back a little bit. When you take a picture, you stand to the side so your arm is cutting off half your body fat. You do it. Laquita. Then you put your tongue to the roof of your mouth so you only got one of those chins. You only got one chin. And I got this brother who thinks he's real smart. Again, man, giving you advice, none of his business. And he's trying to tell me, if you spend the amount of time at the gym that you do on all these strategies to look skinny, you'll just be skinny. these contraptions. We have situations like women. You ever heard of wearing a girdle? It just sounds angry. It sounds like an angry woman, and we do this. And even worse than a girdle is old Tyra Banks decided that she was going to promote Spanx. Not as fun as it sounds. Spanx are not a good situation. You know how silk is made from worms? You know, worms spin silk. The material that Spanx are made out of, it's not spun from like regular worms, it's spun from the kind of worms that are like the ones eating the skin of the people in hell, you know, the ones that didn't make it. That's what Spanx are made out of. They go from here to here. I won't even discuss the bathroom situation. And then they suck all your fat in, but there's nowhere for it to go. It just goes in, like farther in and up into your guts. So, and then the worst part about, you know, you gotta figure out like what's an appropriate time to wear Spanx because they're so uncomfortable you can't use them all the time. So maybe a wedding, or when you put them on like with your heels at girls' night, or when you're going on a date, or my favorite is when it is time, you know that it is Sunday morning and it is time for the offering strut. I gotta have on my Spanx because I gotta squeeze down this side aisle. There is no room between me and the pew, and they move every week. I don't know who's doing this. You're squeezing down the side, then you gotta strut back uphill, back up the aisle, knowing that you are holding your Spanx in with every breath that you have because they're starting to roll in the top. And you cannot let them roll in the top. That's why when we go back up the aisle, we go right straight back into the bathroom. So we can tuck everything back where it's supposed to be. The offering situation, it's hard. That's why I pretend I only get paid every 2 weeks. I can't do that every week. I don't have enough energy to be doing that every week. And then the worst part of the Spanx is it has that seam up the middle. And squeezing all your big, hefty self in with that seam right up the middle, it leaves what looks like you had an abdominal surgery scar. So you go home and after church you change in your closet because you don't want your husband to see that scar because you don't want to give him ammunition because of the fight that you just got in over him eating your leftovers on the way home from church. Which the fights on the way home from church are nothing compared to the fights on the way to church in the morning every single Sunday. I don't even know.
Can I speak?
Sorry, this is the first time I've been allowed to talk.
No, and you know what's great about that? I usually have to deal with the frustration of all that Spanx. And I didn't know that this is all the detail that it went into it, you know. And the thing is, too, when we get into these arguments sometimes, you guys know I'm in the band in the church, so I can, when she's frustrated with me because I didn't complain about us not leaving on time, I say, babe, how are we late for an 11 a.m. service? Like, how does it happen? And then she's like, well, you can just leave, you know, you got 2 cars and me being the guy. I'm like, hey, I just want to be a little economic about the resources. We can take 1 car to go to 1 destination, and I'm here trying to be Mr. Dad and let her have a way. But those fights are...
Sometimes I just be staring.
And
like I'll just be at church, and I hate it when it's the first Sunday of the month.
Yeah, tell them about
because I can't take that communion until my heart is pure, but we got to fight on the way to church, and so I'm angry because now I got a time limit to be able to forgive him, and I'm not going to be able to finish the argument on the way home. Because my favorite thing about pausing the argument at church is you're like, oh, yeah, sister, brother, lady, yeah, here we are. Then you get back in the car, he's over the argument, but I've just spent the whole hour and a half taking notes on all my thoughts about how this reminds me of 6 years ago when you did this and this and this and you said this and that. And so we have these interesting, you know, car rides home sometime. And so I brought up the idea of maybe we should just drive separate. Okay? Maybe a little time away is okay, and then if I wake up late, like it's on me, but you're gonna have to actually leave me. But Rob, Mr. Economical, and I don't want to drive, all of this stuff. Like, you ever know men that are real controlling, but about like real dumb stuff? Okay, like he's not hitting you, he's not checking your mileage when you get home, he's not like, you know, controlling the money or who you're hanging out with. He's controlling silly stuff like, I don't think you should wear that because it's a little trendy, and you know, Puritans, we're originals. And I'm like, how is it original if I'm wearing what you just told me that I should wear? Like, I'm not allowed to wear what I want to wear from like when I was growing up. Or when it's, hey, you know, I really don't like when you drink cocktails, but like wine is okay. Or, you know, other things that start with a W are okay, but like cocktails are the problem in this situation. My favorite thing for him to be controlling controlling about is not wanting me to wear heels when he's doing a show, because you move too slow, and I gotta be able to move fast. And what if something happens and I take off running? I need to know that you can follow me. I don't got time. I don't got time to answer your questions and deal with the heels. It's gotta be one or the other, and we know that you're gonna ask 900 questions because you can't trust me just to run. And I'm like, why are we running? Where are we going? Like, why are we running? Okay, so the prime example of like silly things to be controlling about. Rob volunteered me for this. And I said, I'm gonna need you to help me. So let's get together Wednesday night. You bring your ideas, I bring my ideas, we lay them on the table, we kind of see what we got. I get there Wednesday night and he has written the whole script. My lines too. He volunteered me, but then he wrote my lines to the script. Okay? Like what kind of, like, son of a witch? Tiffany gave us like a cuss word quota, and I just gotta check. Is the B word?
No, I'm gonna let it.
No, it's not in the Bible. No B word. Okay. No B words.
No, but you know what? I'll let it get that out. That's great. I heard what you was about to say, and there is no need to bring my mother into this.
Mildred.
But speaking of mothers and hitting, one thing that we instituted early in our relationship, that it is a no hitting rule.
No hitting.
No hitting.
Don't hit.
Unless you want to be hit.
Let's look at it.
And we actually said that. No, I'm kidding. But that's something, you know, it's funny. We all got Instagram and Facebook, and there's these videos that be popping up of like these new women out here, they're not playing. And they be putting hands on these men out here, and I don't know that I could just take 5 straight ones to the face or to the back of the head. Like, there's so much you can withstand, you know. And on that way, you know, in our marriage, I thought it was important that she know how to defend herself out here in the streets, you know. And so I said, babe, I'm gonna take Taekwondo. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get with the kids. Learn how to key out with the kids. You're good for your endurance. So we get it there, and she's doing it. We're doing it, you know. And so our master Shin, would always pair us up for sparring and fighting.
Terrible idea.
Right after she didn't have one of these terrible days with these spanks. And so he'd be like, spar, which is like play fight. Like, you like, hi, you know, the kid. Now she come taking her aggression out on me. I'm like, whoa. Kick me in the stomach. Humble me in front of all the kids and the parents. You know, it was just such a scene.
Well, you know, one of the reasons that Rob was surprised by how well I am and how good of a job I do at fighting is he didn't realize that I grew up with 6 older brothers. And these are like, you know, brothers that could be my dad.
Granddaddy.
Yeah, like granddaddy brothers.
Them all yours?
Carry that yellow sign with a snake, like, don't tread on me, brothers. And so, you know, you grow up like in the country, you gotta learn how to be a little bit of rough. Because I don't care if you're black or white, but like country is country and corn-fed is corn-fed. So I grow up with these brothers and I gotta learn how to fight. And then here I am, I'm married to Rob, who, as you can tell, is not a fighter. So we get to spar him here in Master Shin's class. And like, I think some resentment from maybe like early marriage when we didn't know how to live together, like just started to come out. So, you know, back to these brothers that I have, you know, you can tell, Rob has mentioned it earlier, that I'm white. And I have a lot of people who ask me, like, it's like I have to be an advocate. You know, I'm the ambassador for the white community. My friends, my girlfriends, when they start dating outside their race for the first time, they want to come, like, ask me for advice. And I don't know, like, the reason that I ended up where I ended is because, like, every time I dated a white guy and got mad at him, I dated a black guy and I got mad at him. And then when I was ticked off at everybody, I dated a Puerto Rican. So this is just kind of like where I landed in the pendulum swing because I was exhausted with all this learning of different cultures. Because I was always taught, like, if you're going to do interracial marriage, you got to learn another culture. And people would ask me, like, what's it like? You know, is it harder being in an interracial marriage? I don't know. I've never been married to a white guy. Like, I only know this situation. And I don't know if the issues are cultural differences or if it's just because he's a boy. Because as a teacher, I learned that, like, boys are just the worst. Like, they are completely annoying. You know, so, like, anyway, I had to start considering, you know, if you're going to do interracial marriage, I started, like, reading books. I had a biblical ethics class I took, so I started, you know, doing a research paper and whatnot. And everybody was talking about you got to make decisions about certain things, certain holidays, how you're going to do it, because one culture does it differently than another. But I've realized that like we just get to double up. It's like divorced kids, they get multiple Christmases, and then they're even more lucky if like their grandparents are divorced, because then you got like 8 Christmases on one day. It's the same thing like in an interracial marriage. We get the 4th of July and we get Juneteenth. Like we get to do cookouts in the backyard, and then we also get to barbecue in the front yard. Like we get to go to church for 2 hours, and then we get to go to like a 45-minute Bible study where it's totally appropriate to bring your dogs. Like we get to do so many different things. But the best part of landing on this side is because on this side, like thick is in, so I don't gotta deal with those spanks anymore. You know? And so, but nobody told me the hardest part would be the difference in temperature. My European self from the mountains of Caucasus, as Rob likes to say, I like it a good 68 degrees Fahrenheit inside the house. Rob, descendant of Africa, likes it to be a good 98 degrees like a sweltering jungle inside the house. And we, with all this health stuff, just made the switch over to using natural deodorant, and that doesn't work at 98 degrees. It taps out at 76 at the most, because you're sweaty, you smell bad, you got a new rash, and all your shirts are stained, so you can't be cute. So this marriage has been a very, very hot and long 6 years.
It has been 6 years. And that's a good idea. We're going to be celebrating 6 years coming up here in October. And it's funny, what we were explaining about our differences is probably like a 10% of the actual relationship, because the other 90% is we're pretty like, we're best buddies. And I tell you, you see us kind of like cuddled up on the pews there in the morning. Well, yeah.
We earned those Sunday morning snuggles.
She warmed me up to it, but I'll tell you this one final story and we'll get out of your way. But when I first met Nat, I was about 280 pounds, still a little puffy, and I persistently went after her for about maybe 4 years before we started dating. But we started going on these little dates, and this one particular time, she had a house probably about 2 miles up the way on Highland, right? And so I was coming all the way from Antioch at the time. And so we were gonna go on a date. And I got there a little early. Miss Natalie here was still in the shower. And so I waited. I waited, came and sat on the couch. I'm sitting
You would
there.
think you would have learned from this that you're gonna have to wait. Like I did my makeup in the car on that date. On the date. Like you should have.
I wouldn't pay attention to those early signs.
But he had to wait on the couch.
Because I was, that's when you're in love before your first fight. So anyway, in lust or whatever you want to call it. So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting on her, and I guess I was single then, so I guess I had some breakfast chili. Just a bad idea, right? Breakfast chili? No? Just me? I had some breakfast chili, so I'm sitting there watching my program, cut the television on, and I get a collect call. I get an emergency collect call from my guts. Hello? Yeah, man, it's kind of awkward time to be calling right now. Yeah, anyway, yes, your bowels out here, man. We're about to be cleared out in about 45 seconds, so we're going to make a decision. And so I don't know if any of y'all know about these small houses built in the 50s. There's only one bathroom. But as I mentioned earlier, this girl we finally, I'm 4 years, so I'm finally hanging out. It's maybe like 3-4 dates. And I have a decision to make, y'all. I mean, there's a map code. There was a map code, but then my logic, my brains, one of my brain sides and my brain kicked and said, no, you're not gonna make it. So then I thought about option 2, but I was like, if that happens, I will never see her again.
Outside.
Outside, just like you think about, and so the third option was, I go knock on the door. And so, out of my 3 options, do I run to the gas station? Do I go outside? do I knock on the door? And well, we're the Carringtons, y'all. Thank you so much for give it up to Natalie. She just kept that. That's her. I did this for her. It was all about her. And she killed. I didn't know about them snakes though.
Buy a house for me, I'll tell you all the jokes in the car.
Let's give him another round of applause, everybody.